Hey, Phil, got memories. So VHS-C tape, and I'm getting an issue from this tape. First of all, it was just ejecting it and shutting down the VCR on this particular one here. So you've got this tape, you put it in the adapter. These adapters, the JVC ones that are not battery operated, are the best. Good luck finding them. I got like the last 100 JVC ever made, like 10 years ago. But they don't require batteries and get corroded and all the mechanics involved. It's all a manual process. But anyway, so these sometimes can shut down VCRs if they're not properly loaded correctly. Like this thing here with the green. If it's like that, it's not going to load, it's not going to go in. But anyway, if it is shutting down the VCR, sometimes, especially if they're old, 80s, 90s, I kind of do like a little smack with them to kind of free up if there is any mechanism issues inside. Just kind of gives it a little bit of a freeing up, and then usually that'll do the trick. Now, VHS-C, and I'm going to back this up now. Look at this. This is a very common issue with VHS-C, and this is why you see with all of those crappy box companies, Legacy Box, South Tree, Kodak Digitizing, all the same company, and I lambast them constantly on my channel because they are crap. And this is typical. Now, regular, just basic employees that don't care, they're looking at their watch, what time do I clock out, what time's lunch? They look at this and they go, is what it is, and they put a sticker on it saying your tape is bad, when it could be their head, or it could be the alignment of the head and tracking issues. You've got tracking here up and down, which if I'm pushing this right now, adjusting the tracking, it just does not get any better. Now, pretty much every transfer company that you come across, especially these big box places, they're not going to care. And you can see the footage here is like baby, there's like a brother and the baby through it, and you go, right, okay, you got a heart, a conscience, I got to figure out what's going on here, because there is a science behind it. If it was recorded with misaligned heads or dirty heads, or if there is some all of a sudden now dirty heads on here, you put it in several different VCRs and they will react differently. I have not put it in this top VCR here, so I don't even know. Let's have a look. See, it's still bad. Now, it could be the tape, but I don't say die on this stuff. So this is the difference going through me or going through a company that has got really high reviews, and they're going to try their best to get the best off it that you can, and also figure out why it is acting the way it is. This one isn't hooked up. Anyway, I might have to edit this video in terms of finding a player. Now, sometimes, and I've just started up for the day here, so I'm going to try this in multiple different players, because these VHS-Cs can be temperamental with certain VCRs. And give that a moment here. There we go. Look at that. Clear as day.
You can help. Yeah.
Perfect example. Not like these shitty companies right here. Let's have a look. I've got a few more behind there. All these boxes that people send me to redo their tapes when they've paid bargain basement prices, thinking they're going to get magic done. You get what you pay for. But yeah, absolutely fine. So if you're trying to do this yourself, hold on, let me rewind that. If you are, a lot of people think, oh, this is easy, I'm going to do it myself, which, it's not rocket science, but you will need multiple VCRs to check against, is it the VCR, is it the tape? Because that tape right there, without getting too technical, the head was misaligned or not aligned to these VCRs, and the head on the camera, the old school camera, was different, was aligned differently. So, and it can be off by just a fraction of a millimeter, and it can give a crappy picture. And this is why, without having to adjust the heads for each individual one, I've got different VCRs that are kind of aligned differently. So if there are issues, I can go to them and it'll create a clear picture. But main thing is, which I hit home again and again about, is having clean heads on your VCR. Chamois tips, I mean, everything has to be in tip-top condition to get a clear picture and audio. So this is, I'm just going to call this number 5, because that's that. And sometimes the crappiest VCRs work the best. There we go. And also keeping the audio levels high as well. There we go. You don't want to blow it out too much. But look, it's the birth of, baby and everything. And these are like precious, like one-off moments that if you are doing it yourself, you've got to buy multiple VCRs. Nothing's new out there on eBay. It's all pretty much junk. And then you've got to find a VCR repair guy, which good luck. To clean all this stuff, or go on YouTube and look at tutorials. Or if you are looking for a transfer company to do this, you need to go to Google. And as I say in every single one of my videos, you go to Google if you are in your local area and you don't want to ship things out. A lot of times people are shipping things out without you even knowing. But again, you need to go to Google, see hundreds of reviews. It's way over that now, 5.0. And hopefully a YouTube channel where they got complete transparency. You can see all their equipment and they actually give a crap. Because you need to see clear picture and audio. These tapes are degrading. There are issues. The equipment's old. There is no magic bullet for this stuff. Everyone thinks you just put a videotape in and it just sucks the information off of it and it all comes out perfect every single time and it happens in a matter of seconds. No, this is all real time plus. So plus meaning rendering time, uploading, dropping to files, fixing any issues, because if I see a tape and it's acting up, I'm pulling it, I'm inspecting it, I'm starting it over again. I might have to clean it if there's mold and crap on it. So there's all these extra steps that I have to go through to make sure you get a clear picture and audio. This day and age, 2023, very hard to do. So you need to be an expert. I've been doing this 20 years, as I bash on about in my channel, and you need to have a brain and a heart working together to figure out these problems. So that's, again, the basics of all of this. If you do want me to transfer your stuff or get a quote, I do have minimum charges. I am not the cheapest out there. So if you're looking at Legacy Box, $6, $7 tape transfers, you might as well light that money on fire. Yeah, and for all you guys out there transferring videotapes and kind of sneaking in and seeing how I do it, this is it. I'm out here now just projecting my knowledge and my passion for all this stuff. So hopefully if people are in the business, they're like, wait a minute. So creating some consumer awareness, because pretty much most of the companies I know out there are shite. Churning out crap, all competing for the lowest price. So it's a race to the bottom. Meanwhile, corners are cut. People are getting crap transfers. That's the biggest problem in this industry, is all of that. It's just boo, 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 boo. You got iMemories, Legacy Box. They're trying to cut prices, 50% off, 60% off. And then everything just gets, you just get shite. So anyway, all the best to you. If you want to get this done right, yes, you're going to have to pay, but you also figure out how much you spent on all these cameras, the vacations. I mean, here is Disney. 3 different videotapes of a Disney trip. You think, how much did you spend on that Disney trip in 1988? With all the kids, the tickets, this, that. And, and then years later, you're like, how much? You're like, dude, it is like 2% of what you spent on that trip. So it's all relative, and you have to put that in perspective as well. So otherwise, if you don't care about it, just, there's a dumpster, honestly. I'm not being funny here, but sometimes I tell people, I'm like, look, pay the money, transfer it right, or throw it away. Anyway, all the best to you guys. Cheers. Oh, and gotmemories.com if you do want to get a quote. And if, again, you're looking for the cheapest price, I'm not that guy. So don't waste your time or my time just kind of nickel and diming. I ain't got time for that. And I'm not trying to be cocky, but I'd rather be in Hawaii, to be honest. Anyway, cheers.